breaking news yesterday or on Saturday at this point, and involving the Colts, and not on the good thing, as a bad thing, because we were having all these running back talks, and the name we mentioned was Jonathon Taylor, and it's been announced that Jonathon Taylor has officially requested a trade from the Indianapolis Colts. And there's a lot of things we need to go into in this, because it's not just Jonathon Taylor. This could have been any running back, because we had this situation with Austin Eckler earlier in the year. And the reason why this trade is happening is, last episode we talked about Jim Irsay's comments, Jonathon Taylor's changing agent, and it's actually his new agent, trying to get a deal done. Irsay has come out and said this was not directed at, the comments were not directed just at Jonathon Taylor or at Jonathon personally. And he also did disclose that a contract offer was not given yet. Extension was not given yet, which surprised me a little bit. And obviously because of that, JT at practices, he's on the PUP list, so he is genuinely hurt. He did not pass the medical, and he is not practicing, but he's there, and you could just tell by his face that he doesn't want to be there, or whatever the case. He's just pissed off, right? And yeah, so first thoughts, as a Colts fan, remind me not to get attached to a running back ever again, just not because it's JT. I'm just saying because of the stupid market and all that stuff.
Bro, we were like, yo, Jonathon Taylor's sick. Yo, this guy's gonna be back healthy this year. Anthony Richardson, that backfield duos will be nice. Read option game will be nice and all that stuff. Then we got notification saying, or whatever, Jonathon Taylor mentioning that he wanted to be Colt for life. We're all pumped up. This guy's gonna get a contract extension. And obviously there's a running back issue it is, but I genuinely thought we would give Jonathon Taylor the extension. Yeah, and if we're going to tag one, I thought they would have tagged Pittman, but I guess that's not going to happen. But yeah, and they were like, yeah, Colt for life. Ballard's like, yeah, we're working on extension talks. We're like, yo, everything's going good. We finally have a quarterback. Shaq Leonard's getting back healthy. Hopefully the O-line bounces back. And then
yesterday was such a good day. Saturday was such a good day for us, because we released the G-Win podcast. By the way, check that out. We went to a Vancouver Canadians game, which was a fun game to go to itself. The fights were crazy. Everything was going good except for the Jonathon Taylor
requested to get traded.
It feels weird because and from any of my teams, I think the last time I remember a player requesting out was Ryan Kessler back in 2015, 2014 season, right? So, yeah, so for my thoughts, it's if you go on Twitter and you see everybody's thoughts on this running back situation, we're gonna echo the same thing. He has no market, right? Because Austin Eckler did not get traded. He's still on the Chargers. Dalvin Cook is still not signed. There are some news updates on that, but Dalvin Cook did not get signed. You're looking at guys like Saquon Barkley did not get an extension, and he's a guy you would trade for. Josh Jacobs did not get an extension. And then some players are taking pay cuts as well, right?
Aaron Jones was one.
Yeah.
So, the thing is this. If you're looking at a coach perspective, right? You ain't trading your best offensive player for a 4th round pick just because he wants out.
Yeah.
Right? And obviously the Colts are doing the smart business move. It may not be what do you call it? Ethical, whatever, to the player, the relationship.
Let's make this clear. If, McCaffrey's at $16 million a year, Jonathon Taylor is deserved of a 4-year, $14 million contract, $15 million.
Yeah, I would agree.
I would, especially at this age. He had his first injury-ridden year, which is why it's affecting his contract. But that's the fear, right? Because the injuries in the game. Sorry, I cut you off. I'll let you go for a second.
Fuck was I saying?
Okay, whatever. I'll go then if you think about it.
What am I supposed to, how the hell did I forget?
It's just because that's the ethical.
Oh yeah, that thing. Yeah. Colts are making a smart business move because they're like, I ain't fucking trading you. Yeah. Basically, right? Because you have the 1 year control, right? Then you got 2 franchise tags for another 2 years. So realistically, you got 3 years on him, right? And obviously there's a fine Taylor has to pay for
$40K, I think,
for holding out. And I don't think Jonathon Taylor is that type of player that will hold out.
Who knows, man? His owner's a piece of shit. Oh, sorry, not his owner.
His agent.
His agent's a piece of shit.
Yeah, he's also being unprofessional too, right?
Yeah.
Irsay is too, don't get me wrong, but here's the
thing.
His agent's not helping.
People comparing Irsay to Dan Schneider, I've saw that a little bit, is bullshit because Dan Schneider did not give a shit about his players and team in general, because when you look at the turnout of do you see the picture of the turnout of Dan Schneider, of the Washington Commanders last year to this year? Of the practices. Last year, completely empty. Like, probably like 3 people. This year, Kevin Durant showed up, right? And it was packed. Jim Irsay, no matter what this is the one thing he did tell Jonathon Taylor. Yeah, he did, because he confirmed it. He's like, hey, there's no other franchise, whether you agree with Irsay or not, for giving that money. For example, Quentin Nelson, Shaq Leonard, who did get injured the next year, right? That treat their players as well as the Colts do. You get a prime example. Andrew Luck is the highest paid QB. DeForest Buckner got an immediate extension, making him one of the highest D tackles in the game, right? And then now you got Shaq Leonard. You got Braden Smith, Ryan Kelly, Quentin Nelson. I would not be as surprised if Jonathon Taylor would have gotten like, a 2-3 year contract as even for like $14 million a year. Now, we don't know what the Colts want to offer, and we don't know what JT's asking for, right? Realistically, from what I've been seeing on Twitter, based on these Colts insiders, they're saying that, Colts fans are saying, no matter what, I'm giving JT 3 years, $13 million, right? And then one of the insiders said, I agree with that. I want to give JT that money, but JT is asking for more. And we don't know if he's asking for 4 or 5 year deals, which, to your point earlier, is like that franchise tag thing, like the classic tear on the body. And we don't know if he's asking for like $17-18 million to reset the market. And in this case, I do agree with the Colts. They always reset the market. For example, Shaq Leonard reset the market. Quentin Nelson reset the market, right? Andrew Luck, which that one's obvious. That's quarterback. That one makes sense. You gotta reset the market there. Yeah. So at this point, I don't know, because like as much as Irsay can be annoying and stuff like that, we get it. He's also 100% right.
His agent's also being annoying too.
His agent is not helping the situation, because you could tell that a couple of months ago you mentioned, I want to be a Colt for life. Changed his, and then he didn't get his contract. Now his demeanor changed, and his agent being a factor, like, oh yeah, this relationship is irreparable. I hope it's like the Deebo Samuel / Lamar Jackson situation. Now their positions are different, even though Deebo Samuel was a wide back, which is the funniest thing to say in the world. But I still want JT on this team. You want JT on this team. Yes, I'm a little detached, but if his agent is being a prick and he's not gonna come down to it, because at the end of the day, even if Jonathon Taylor requested this trade, be honest, and I know you're gonna agree with what I'm saying here, Miami trades for him, but are they really gonna? They didn't give up a 7th round pick for Dalvin Cook. What makes? And I get it, Dalvin Cook's a little older, but what makes you think they're gonna give us like let's say a 5th, less than a 5th round pick? And you have to extend him, right? So what is his value at this point?
If the Colts trade Jonathon Taylor for a 4th round pick, I'm pissed.
Yeah,
I'm be like,
there's a reason why.
I'm be like, what the hell are you doing, Colts?
As much as I agree with Eckler that like, hey, you don't value me, you're not paying me, but then you're also asking for a 1st, 2nd round pick. Now, I agree with the Eckler side of things, but I also agree with the Chargers side of things. Both things could be true. And to your point, I would be pissed off if we don't get at least like a 2nd or a 3rd for Jonathon Taylor. Christian McCaffrey got 2, 3, 4, 5. And Travis Etienne probably bringing up some, facts for sure. He's like, now it's our job as running backs to propel our game. You look at Christian McCaffrey, he's no longer just a running back. Even though how dominant he is as a running back, he's also like a slot receiver, you could say. Yeah. Right? JT is a good screen pass runner. Is he an elite,
He's not an elite receiver.
As of right now, no. But he's definitely more...
He's improving.
He's better than... I think he's better than what Derrick Henry, Dalvin Cook as receivers, for sure. But he ain't no Christian McCaffrey yet. Saquon is the guy, you could say he's closer to Christian McCaffrey in that sense, right? Even in his former teammate, Nyheim Hines was that catch guy, usually not JT. But that doesn't... Also, it's such a weird argument to make, because now our bias is involved. But both sides are right, like 100% right. The owners and the GMs, they're right in their situation, because the market is so bad that like, how are you like there are reports coming out saying like other GMs are like, well, in a couple of years we could just draft this guy, right? Like look at Bijan Robinson, he's killing it right now. Is Bijan Robinson gonna propel his game like Christian McCaffrey? We'll see. Time will tell. I know he's his elite running back. There's a reason why he went 8th overall to the Falcons or whenever the Falcons picked this year. But I will not be surprised in like 3 years' time, which is literally Jonathon Taylor's time going into his 4th year. Is Bijan Robinson gonna be this exact same situation?
The thing with Bijan Robinson is like Jonathon Taylor. They're like happy guys as well.
Yeah.
Right? They're happy, humble dudes and willing to put in the work as
well.
Now
Jonathon Taylor's flipped it.
And now Jonathon Taylor's like,
Listen,
pissed off.
I think the reason why he's not getting his contract is because of the injury last year. So I think JT will end up playing, and I hope he proves his worth and he gets paid. Like I don't want any player not to get paid, not get paid, right? Because like that's your job. You're playing football. You want to get security, and I agree with the running backs there. Yeah. So to your points, the ethical side of things is fucked. Does a new CBA thing need to happen? Obviously, Ursa completely disagrees with that. Excuse me, but yeah. So that's my take on this, John.
It's like everyone is right and everyone is wrong at the same time.
Yeah.
Right? And how do you
people are handling it fucked up ways too?
How do you fix a situation where like everyone is right and everyone's wrong at the same time?
Yeah. So for Jonathon Taylor, and I'm seeing again. I agree with all the reports I see on Twitter or like people tweeting their opinions. You're just digging yourself a hole at this point. He is, because you're at least what your owner is saying, or fuck, why am I keep saying his owner? His agent is saying, you know, it reflects you unless you speak out on it, right? And people are advising him to change the agent, obviously. He's ruining your money anyways. Like, okay, now, even if the Colts don't pay you, which the most likely team will pay you will be the Colts, because usually you'll get paid by your own running back unless you're just a leader.
Team, yeah.
Unless you're like Christian McCaffrey and you're willing to give up like 2, 3, 4 second round, like second, third, and or fourth.
But then again, Panther did lock him up too.
Yeah, exactly. But you're hurting your value by being like throwing a hissy fit, even though he's not really publicly putting a hissy fit. I'm saying like in terms of what your agent is saying out there. You're
related to someone who's doing it.
Yeah, and you're not coming out and saying against it. You've come out and said like, yeah, running back should get paid, and which is fair game. Like every running back should say that.
Say that. That's
but if you're ruining your chances of getting your money because now you're requested a trade and no one's gonna willing to trade you. The more you wait, the chances are you ain't gonna get paid. So the only way he's gonna get paid is if he plays this year, is healthy. Let's just say the Colts go on
the Colts make the playoffs, and it's because of Jonathon Taylor.
He's gonna get paid somewhere. He should get paid somewhere.
And if he doesn't at that point, then it's just fucked up.
Then it's fucked up. But we'll get into our NFL predictions in a month from now, most likely, before the season starts. We obviously don't project the Colts doing anything crazy. It's a tough prediction to make this year in the NFL for every team, but it's just like you're hurting your own chances to get the money because you are with an owner that takes care of his players, and he's done that many times in the past. Right? You can't say it was a one-time thing. He did that with Shaq Leonard. No, he did it to us. There's a reason why we're the highest paid O-line, because they were all drafted or acquired by the Colts at a younger age. DeForest Buckner is a perfect example that you valued him so much that you wanted to pay him right away. I know JT's available like that. You just gotta, if JT is healthy, which he's gonna be proven healthy most likely by the season starts because he was injured for all of last year, is Zach Moss if Zach Moss outperforms you next year, you just fuck yourself up. Simple as that.
As simple as that. I mean, there's nothing else to really touch. It's just another story for the running back situation, and is directly affecting our team.
Yeah.
Which is the worst part. So that's why we have
we have ties into this. That's why we were more,
a little bit more.
You'll see a more passionate side when it's involved our teams for sure.
Yeah.
But moving on. Last comment quickly. JT, hopefully you change your mind and we don't want to trade you. And Ursa, you actually offer him a contract and see. But Ursa did confirm that no contract offer probably.
Not even that, man. That's just too much. JT just fucking play this year. That's it. That's all.
Hopefully, I just play and ball out, and then you'll get your money.